Let me show you some tips and tricks for Google Pixel 10. I've tried to find some unique tips that might be quite useful for some people. Some of them are just simple gimmicks. Some of them are of course available on other devices, but I think they are still quite interesting to know about. So first we're gonna go to the Recorder app, and over here if you have a recorded audio where you can, for example, sing or hum a song or something, you can actually turn it into a song. We can generate music with AI. Over here in the top right corner, we can tap on these three dots and then we have Create Music. We can choose our vibe, so we can also choose to be surprised. And then let's go next, and we need to give it a while in order to let the phone analyze the audio, create the music, and then later on we can play our recording with the music added by AI. And then once it is generated, you can simply press play in order to listen to your recording with the added audio. Of course, you can save the copy if you want to keep this version. If you want to, you can change the vibe, or you can just simply dismiss and discard. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is how to switch apps with the gesture navigation. So if you have multiple apps opened at the same time, you can actually swipe from the bottom of the screen in order to switch between the different apps, as you can see over here. Of course, they have to be opened in background apps. As you can see, I have them all open over here. This is a pretty cool gesture that allows us to quickly switch between apps without having to go to background apps first. Unless, of course, you want to open an app that was opened some time ago. Another thing that is really cool is back tap gestures. Over here in settings, we can scroll down and go to system, and then we can proceed to the gestures. And over here we have quick tap to start actions. We need to enable that, and then you can use the back of the phone and you can tap twice on the back of the phone in order to, for example, take a screenshot, to toggle flashlight, to open a specific app, and so on and so forth. So let's say I'm gonna use it just to take screenshot. So usually we have to tap somewhere over here in this area where we have our Google logo. So let me try to demonstrate. There we go. So I just tapped over here like this. And if you do this correctly, you will actually feel a little vibration. And this seems to be the perfect spot right below the Google logo. Another thing that is pretty cool on Google Pixel 10 is the option to generate AI wallpapers and emoji wallpapers, which is something that is already available on previous models as well, but it's still worth mentioning. If we go to wallpaper and style, then over here we can go to more wallpapers. As you can see, we have AI wallpaper, emoji workshop, and also live effects, which is also pretty cool. And this allows you to create a little animation of your photo. So over here in AI wallpaper, we can choose our theme. So let's say I'm gonna choose this one. You can customize the prompt by tapping on these dot sections. You can also generate with the randomizer. Over here we have I'm feeling lucky, so we can let the phone randomize these prompts, and we can get our results. Of course, we have several different results at once. If you like something, you can set the image as the wallpaper. But there is also the emoji workshop where you can use emojis over here. So let's say I'm gonna close this, I'm gonna use this one, this, and something like this. And as you can see, we have this mix of different emojis. We can also change pattern over here, so we can add mosaic. We have sprinkle, prism. There we go, we can increase a little bit, something like this. Maybe let's switch to Lotus actually. There we go, this is how it looks like. We can also switch colors, of course, so we have multiple different options. And then if you find your favorite one, you can just tap on this check in the top right corner. Unfortunately, it seems that preview right now is not working correctly. It doesn't work for me for emojis, it doesn't work for me for AI generated wallpapers as well. But we can safely apply the wallpaper without any issues. Or at least in this case, I'm not sure why it actually used the stock one. But certainly in the future it should work properly. Of course, we have Gemini on Google Pixel 10, which can be activated by pressing and holding the power button. And this is actually quite simple. Whatever you say out loud, it will be given to Gemini, and then you can get answers based on whatever you say. So these prompts can be used in order to get answers to some of your questions. If something is bothering you, if you wish to know about something, then of course you can ask Gemini quite easily, and you get the results often by providing also Google search results, so you can proceed afterwards. But what is also quite cool is that if we go to the Gemini app, we can also activate it from the prompt over there, but I'm gonna check that in a second. What I want to show you is the live conversation with the Gemini. You can actually talk with the Gemini without having to write anything. You can have a dialogue with the Gemini. And in order to use it, we need to tap on this icon that we have on the right side with the little star. And this is the live Gemini. You can just simply start talking to Gemini, and based on whatever you say, of course, you can just start a conversation and keep going. You can ask them to help you with something. You can ask them to guide you with something, and so on and so forth. Or it can be a little small talk as well. Another topic that I want to mention is the screen, maybe not screen sharing, but camera sharing actually. Over here we can enable the camera, and while using the camera, if I, for example, have this car toy over here, I can ask Gemini, what is this car toy? For example, what is this car model?
That's a cool little Corvette. Are you wondering about the actual car?
Okay, so yeah, we can of course interrupt at any point. I'm not sure if it was loud enough, but I got the answer that this is like a little Corvette or something. So this is definitely pretty cool if you are, for example, abroad somewhere, if you found something interesting, if you wish to know more about like a building or maybe a museum, maybe you found something in a zoo, etc. Whatever it is, you can use the camera, you can point the camera at that subject, and you can ask Gemini to explain that thing to you. And here it is also available. We can disable the microphone if you want to, but as you can see here, we can also use the live conversation that I mentioned before, and there is also screen sharing as well. So this is also pretty cool. Not only we can share the camera, we can also share the screen. So whatever we have on our screen, it can also be used in order to find out about something. Another thing that I want to show you is the language translations in calls. So if you have someone that you wish to talk to, but you don't really speak their language or they don't speak your language, that shouldn't be a big problem if you actually have Google Pixel, because you can translate the whole call live. And in order to do so, first we need to open the phone app. We're gonna tap on these three lines in the top left corner and go to settings. And then over here we have a voice translate. We need to turn it on, of course. We need to download it. You might need to wait a little bit in order to download it, but of course, in the meantime, we can set it up. So over here, we can choose the language that we speak. So in my case, for example, I can choose like Italian or something. We can download these languages later on so that they can be used even if you don't have access to the internet, which is of course something that I recommend doing. And just in a second, I'm gonna show you how to use it during a call. Once it is downloaded, we can also find available language updates. So over here you can download them as well if needed. And then once you are in a call, you should be able to see the call assist. So we can tap over here and use voice translate. Now we need to choose what is the language the other person is speaking. So for example, we can choose German, we can press done. And then we will get this information. Well, we will send this information to the other person that we will use the voice translate. There we go. So this is what we have. And now whatever we say out loud, it will be then translated into the other language, to the language that the other person is speaking. And it actually uses my voice as well, or it tries to mimic my voice. So this is pretty cool and I guess pretty scary at the same time. We're gonna stay in the phone app just for a bit longer, because if we go back to these settings, you can also find audio emoji, which is also a pretty cool feature. We can turn it on or off over here, and then during a call we can use those audio emojis. When it's enabled, you should be able to find this audio emoji button. So you can tap over here, choose one of these emojis, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's just a simple gimmick, but it can be quite fun to use. The next thing that I'm about to show you is quite useful for those who often search for songs that they hear somewhere, for example, while being outside. So if you often have this issue where you are looking for a song title but you can't find it, then there is a pretty cool feature in settings. More precisely in settings, if we go to wallpaper and style, and then here we scroll down to more lock screen settings, you should be able to find now playing, and we can turn on this option. We can also add it to the home screen, but I'm just gonna cancel. I don't really need that. Of course, we have to download the song database, which takes a bit of time, but of course it is definitely worth. We also can enhance now playing. We can use Google search to identify songs not recognized by the device, and also provide album artwork. So we're gonna turn it on, and I'm gonna show you now how it works. When we play a song, then after a short while in the lock screen, you should be able to find this icon. We can tap over here in order to search for that song. So let's give it a second. it got some results. I know that this is wrong title, unfortunately, but we can tap over here in order to try to get the result. So let's say that it was actually correct. As you can see, we can open it in YouTube, YouTube Music, and so on and so forth. We also have this now playing history, and yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. If you go to the Photos app, you will find a bunch of different tools, including AI tools that can be quite useful for photo editing. So for example, I'm gonna open this photo. We're gonna go to edit. Once we start editing our photo, you can select the area or tap the area that you wish to customize. In my case, this subject has been selected. And what I can do is, for example, I can use portrait blur. I can erase the subject from the photo. I can move it around, or I can reimagine it. So let's say I'm gonna use the eraser. Let's say I want to get rid of that thing. There we go. As you can see, it is gone. If there is something left that needs to be fixed, you can select the area again and decide to erase again. Of course, afterwards, once you are done with editing, we can save our copy. Another thing that can be quite useful is the private space. If you go to settings, and over here scroll down to security and privacy, then over here you should be able to find private space, which I have already set up. And once you do so as well, you should be able to go to the app drawer and you can easily find it here, at least if it's not hidden. And in here, what you can do is you can install different apps that will be locked in that private space. The private space can be used as a way to lock apps, to hide apps, or even to duplicate apps, because we can install the same app that we already have installed. So for example, I have WhatsApp over here, but I can go ahead and open the private space, the Play Store in the private space, and I can install Messenger again. And this app over here that I have now in the private space is different from the app that I have outside of it. It has different data. I can use a different account and store different information. This is like having a phone within a phone, which also has a lock. So that's pretty much it for this video. Of course, there is probably something that I missed, so you can let me know in the comments if there is something that I could have mentioned, and you can also let me know what you think of these tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.